Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new man law video. And I'm going to call this one Facts Are Your Friend. A lot of things have been going on in the news lately that I hope to address in another video, probably after this one. And I noticed that there are a lot of things that when it comes down to men analyzing situations and figuring out what's the best outcome, you always want to make sure that you look for the facts and that you accept them for what they are, because that will be your friend in the long run. The truth is always the best policy. As always, I said before, it is the policy. So you always want to make sure that you're going for what is true. Now, the reason why I want to title this video "Facts Are Your Friend," because there's something I've noticed that when I have discussions with other people on just various topics. One of the things I say, if someone asks me a question, I always say I think. I think things are going this way, or I think this belongs here, or I think this, I think that. I'm always saying I think because I always want to make sure that I'm running off of a platform that's based off of. I want to make sure I'm running off of facts. I want to make sure I'm running off of um, hard information that's in front of me that I once analyzed or that I could analyze it and come to a conclusion. And the only way I can do that is if I think about it. So generally, whenever I'm talking about something, I'm always quick to say I think. Something I noticed about a lot of guys who, and again, this is my observation. Guys who tend to come to conclusions that are shaky at best or just dubious at worst, they always say I feel, and that's something I noticed that saying I feel is telling, because that's telling you right there that the person that you're talking to, if you ask them a question about a particular topic and they say I feel, or a particular situation, well, I feel this about that, they're they're running off of emotion, and that's very dangerous because your emotions are always fleeting. They're always changing. I don't feel the exact same way I felt 15 minutes ago. My feelings are always changing. Whether it be the temperature in the room, or what I just ate, what kind of clothing I'm wearing, how what mood I'm in. My feelings are always changing. They're always shifting, and so that's not a really good thing to. That's not a good basis to have your decision making on. You don't want to base your decisions off of feelings. Now, I will say that there is a time for that. Like I always use this example. If you're talking about toppings on a pizza, because since feelings are always shifting, it's the same thing as taste. Your tastes are generally always shifting, and you don't really have an explanation as to why you like a certain thing. You just know that it tastes good. So I say, well, in matters of like in matters of feelings, I like pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms. I like supreme pizza. It tastes good to me. You know. Now, can I afford? Now, am I able to afford one? I say I have $13 in my pocket, and a pie comes out to about $12, but I have to account for tax. Can I afford it? I don't think I can afford it because I may not have the money to cover the tax. So similar to that. Uh, Generally, like I said, a lot of guys I've had conversations with, when they go on about their feelings, most times they're doing so because they run off their feelings, which again I said is very can be very risky if you really need to rely on hard facts, hard information to come to a true conclusion, and they don't stick to their decisions um, all that well when when there's certain that happens, that when something comes up that actually can challenge the decision they make, or challenge the thought process they have. Or really, they're not really thinking all that much. They're going off their feeling. They're emoting. So when something comes in from the left, they, it kind of it throws them off because they have not thought about what happens if, something changes. They're going off their feelings. When something actually happens, and they have to change their feelings, it just throws them, it throws them off kilter. They have to try to quickly readjust, and it may not go as well as they hoped. And again, like I said, from personal experience, a lot of guys who base their decisions off their feelings tend to not like drastic change, because what happens is it puts them in a bad mood. If you're basing your decisions off your mood, off your feelings, generally you're doing it when you're feeling good. You're basing your decisions off of, I feel good at the moment, so I'm going to do this. You don't really have an idea as to why, it's the logic behind what you're doing. You just know that, well, it feels good for me right now, I'm just going to do this. But then when something comes out of left field to throw your plans into disarray, you're no longer in a good mood. Now you can't make the same decision. You can't really make sound decisions because now your mood's changed. Now you're stressed, you're worried, you're upset, you're angry, and now any decision you make after that point is bound to be a bad decision. So it's good to have your decisions based off of the facts that are in front of you, and that you analyze it, you think about it, you think things through. One of my friends, I always tell him, he's an example of the feeling type that I just talked about. I tell him a lot of times, stop, or just, hey, slow down. Just slow down, figure this out. If something's not working properly, adjust. Work with the information you got in front of you. If something's not moving the way you want it to move, or there's just things aren't going as smoothly as you hope, it's because you're going off of feelings, and you're rushing into things, and you haven't really thought things through. And so, when the first speed bump you hit, just throws you just throw out into space, and so you have a hard time kind of recovering. You have a hard time recovering yourself. So it's important to just stop and think things through. Make sure you're running off of facts. Make sure you're running off of logic, because if you're running off of those things, well, you can't ignore the facts. So all you can do is change your response to the facts. Adjust your plans to the facts. Unless something objectively changes with the information in front of you, you have to think. Work with what you have, think it through, and you'll be better off. You'll make better decisions. And when things change, well, you can say, well, all right. So, but the fact with what I know from what's in front of me, it was like this before. But since things change, I can adjust. I can adjust, working within the framework that I'm in, according to the facts, and make a smoother transition than if I would go off just raw emotion. And then when things change, I have my mood changes, and now my whole decision making process is throwing the tizzy. So just make sure that you're basing your decisions off of facts. Now it's good to have. Now I understand we're creatures that feel. I'm not a computer. I do have feelings about particular things, so I try to make sure one thing that's good to make sure is that you're aware of your feelings, that you're aware of your bias, you're aware of emotions, you're aware of things that could sway your decisions, and come to terms with it, because it happens. You got to come to terms with particular prejudices you have, particular tastes, bigotries, what have you. And when you come to terms with it, then you can understand that, well, I may feel this way, but I have to come right back to what the facts are. And then despite my feelings, these are the facts, and I have to just settle with what the facts are giving me at that point in time. Now my feelings, they'll change. I'll feel it may suck right now if we make the decision, but I'm sure I'll feel better by it when I make a good outcome. But for the time being, I have to focus on the facts that are in front of me. So that's it. Just wanted to make this video. I haven't made one like this in a good while. I've just been busy with other stuff. But I hope to make more videos like this in the near future. Please check out my other videos. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments. gripes, complaints, what have you. I really appreciate reading people's comments. Um, and like I said, there's been interesting things happening, in the news. I may talk about it in another video. I just want to make sure. I just want to make this video for you guys. I think it's a really good topic. So that's my video. It's another Man Law video. Facts are your friend. I'm Edward Jones. Just take care and God bless.